Hello, everyone. Good evening. My name is Sarah Collins. I'm in Casper, Wyoming. We're super grateful and excited that you guys are here for our new workshop. This is fairly new, and so we're very excited that you guys are going to be part of this new design we have started. So here's a few things about how the workshop will go. It's helpful to have a pen and paper ready to take notes and write down questions. We'd love to honor your time, so this workshop will be about an hour long. We really try to make it so it's not any longer. You'll want to stay on until the end, though, because there will be a giveaway, and it's a really helpful, amazing gift that you guys will find beneficial. We'll be using the chat feature throughout this workshop, so let's warm it up by clicking on that chat button and telling us where you're from. So for those of you on a computer, usually it's at the very bottom. If you're on your phone, I believe it's at the top or right-hand side. All right. Sorry, my slides are working.
I don't have my chat open, Sarah, so I don't know if anybody's commenting. Are you ready for me to move on?
Yep, I'm ready. All right, so we always want our workshops to be personal and helpful for you. So let's start with a personal assessment for you or your family. So what areas of your health would you like help with? So comment in the chat the numbers representing the areas you or someone in your household struggles with. So number 1 is going to be digestive. Number 2 will be headaches, pain, and inflammation. Number 3, immunity issues. 4, stress and anxiety. 5, energy and stamina. 6, sleep issues. And number 7, blood sugar regulation. And for some of you that are commenting, I'm seeing lots of 1s and 4s. You guys need to come to our continuing education because we really dive into a lot of those things in our continuing education. It's on Tuesdays. I just want to comment. So I think you'll be excited at the many options you have to take care of the root issues for your health. All right, so we have modern approach versus natural approach. So we're going to look at both of those approaches. Before we do, I want to share a few studies with you. The FDA estimates that 200,000 Americans are hospitalized every year because of overdoses and side effects of NSAIDs. So sad. So we're talking about Advil, ibuprofen, and aspirin. They're also the cause of thousands of deaths per year. Even Tylenol is known to cause liver damage if used to excess. So if you'd like this supporting study, let your wellness advocate know or whoever invited you here tonight. I share this info because it reflects our modern approach to medicine. In the modern approach, we turn to pills and prescriptions as a primary solution to address physical problems and symptoms. These can have dangerous side effects or even risk of addiction. Because this approach often focuses on symptoms, root causes can often get overlooked. In addition, we're looking at $6.5 trillion spent each year on global healthcare. Are we healthier is the question. I want you to check out that natural approach. In that approach, we focus on the root causes and use a plant-based approach because our body recognizes plant sources. So what creates disease in the body? So let's shift gears and look at that disease. So there are 3 main factors that cause disease in the body: nutrient deficiency, inflammation, and toxic overload. So nutrition. Nutrition is the core of our immune function. When our nutrition buckets in our body are filled, we function optimally with energy, clarity of thinking, good mood, great sleep, and little to no inflammation. So according to the Environmental Working Group, so we have the chart, 95% of US adults are deficient in vitamin D. 94% are deficient in vitamin E, and 61% are deficient in magnesium. Crazy. So the nutrition buckets in our body are not full, which means most of us do not have a great baseline health. So the results of nutrition deficiency varies by body, but I'm going to list a few for you. Inflammation, headaches, lack of sleep, foggy thinking. Are you guys hearing these? Because these are relatable to a lot of us. Lack of energy, digestive issues. Poor nutrition is the #1 cause of poor health. Inflammation. So what causes inflammation? The biggest contributors are sugar. It is nearly in everything we consume now. Stress and lack of sleep, toxins in our environment, bad oils, vegetable, canola, etc. Chronic inflammation is linked to diseases like autoimmune diseases like rheumatoid arthritis. I have autoimmune times 2. Cardiovascular diseases like high blood pressure and heart disease. Gastrointestinal disorders like inflammatory bowel disease. Headaches. Metabolic diseases like type 2 diabetes. Lung disease like asthma. Mental illnesses like depression and joint pain. Toxic load is the third area we're looking at as a source for disease and refers to the chemicals in our body that build up from environment, processed foods, pesticide use, and personal care products. The Product Safety Commission tested and found 150 cleaning chemicals. You guys, that's crazy. That's asinine. That are linked to ADD, asthma, cancer, reproductive problems, respiratory problems, and more. We can't always control what we come in contact with outside the home, but we can make smarter choices in our homes where we're at. So what do we do with all this? I'm now going to introduce Diane. She's going to take over. Oh, you're muted.
Thank you. That would help for me to unmute, wouldn't it? I'm Diane Mattern. I live in Spring Creek, Nevada, and I've been on this health journey with doTERRA for about 7 years now. So as Sarah mentioned, we need some help. Here's a little research from Harvard Medical School. We're just about ready to see our first health solution. However, we're going to take a quick look at the supplement industry. Let's go to the chat feature first. Who here uses a supplement? Think, vitamin D, vitamin C, B, whatever. You take a multivitamin, an omega, whatever it is. If you take any kind of supplement, put what you take in the chat box. LLV, which for those of you that don't know what that is, we're going to talk about that in a little bit. Bone nutrient, vitamin D3. Some people used to take over-the-counter vitamins, looks like. Okay. So now let's look at the supplement industry. A study by the FDA from 2007 to 2016 detected contaminants in 776 dietary supplements produced by 146 companies. And by the way, if you would like any of our resources that support what we're talking about tonight, just put yes in the chat or reach out to the wellness advocate that shared this with you. A study of 3 leading memory supplements found that 2 of them didn't contain the active ingredient listed on the label. The supplement industry is not heavily regulated. They can contain lots of fillers and not much of the actual ingredient. So if you have some reservation or hesitation as to whether a product is working or not, you're not alone. And this information supports your concerns. As I mentioned, the supplement industry is not heavily regulated. And I'd like to share a story from a fellow wellness advocate whose son works in a health food store. He told his mother that if a supplement on the shelf is tested and it's found to be missing an active ingredient on the label, the store has 9 months to remove the product from the shelves. However, because our standard American diet is deficient in most vitamins and nutrients, it is necessary to supplement to make sure our bodies get what they need to function properly at a baseline level. In walks doTERRA's Lifelong Vitality. This is a great baseline solution here. doTERRA is known for its safe and effective essential oils, but did you know that the Lifelong Vitality is doTERRA's best-selling product? It's because it addresses all 3 areas we just mentioned: nutrient deficiency, inflammation, and toxic overload. Think of this line as the necessary foundation to your health house. In addition, this line helps support the cleansing and filtering out of toxins. There are 3 different supplements in this line: a food nutrient, a cellular repair, and the omegas. This line is your micronutrients. Lifelong Vitality fills the nutrient buckets in your body. It contains powerful antioxidants to help protect our DNA. It's made with whole food ingredients, and it's 95% bioavailable for your body. The average supplement is only 20 to 30% bioavailable, which, by the way, means that our bodies readily will accept it and utilize it properly. This product has gotten more people off of their over-the-counter and prescription drugs more than any other product that doTERRA sells. I'd like to reach out if Haley's available. I know she has a powerful testimonial for Lifelong Vitality.
Hi guys. So Lifelong Vitality to me made a huge difference in my life. There was a time when I was feeling overwhelmed. I was on edge all the time. I felt like doors were, the life was actually closing in on me. And we had actually had a supplement developed for us according to our blood type. And so we had invested, but yet we weren't getting results. So when I first was introduced to doTERRA and found out that they had a Lifelong Vitality, I thought, oh, I've got to use up everything that I've got. What happened is I was challenged because doTERRA has a 30 money back guarantee on the Lifelong Vitality. They said, you know what, set what you're using aside, because I was a bucket full of mess. I had all this emotional stuff going on. And so I just so they challenged me to set it aside and just use the Lifelong Vitality. At the end of it, they said, you'll be able to get your money back if it doesn't work. By the end of the 30 days, I didn't know what to do with all the supplements that we had spent a ton of money on, but wasn't getting good results. And so I remember going to my husband also and saying, Rick, you're going to think I'm nuts, but I feel like this light has come on and I'm just seeing things more clearly. Some of the aches and things that I was experiencing in my ankles and through my legs when I would go to bed at night were gone. And I'm not even really sure when they left, but after about 3 months, I felt like a new person, and it's just gotten better and better as time has gone on.
Thanks, Haley. And I know Candace has a real powerful story as well. So I'm going to call on her as well, because I think hers can speak to a lot of people that suffer from the same thing that she does. So Candace, if you're available, I'd love for you to share your testimonial as well.
Sure, Diane, I will. My name is Candace. I'm a rancher. I live in Northeast Nevada. And I love Lifelong Vitality. It is actually probably my very favorite product that doTERRA carries. And it's because it really changed my life. So I used to suffer from really terrible head tension to the point, it would start here, like over the bridge of my nose, and then move behind my eyes, to the point where I actually had to go lay down on the bed or the couch and curl up, and I couldn't function. I couldn't take care of my family. I couldn't, cook or clean or do any of the things. So I did get on some prescription medication that
Hey, did we lose her or did we lose me?
I think we lost her, Diane, because she's frozen on my end too.
Okay, all right. Well, we all know Candace's story, so I'll share. Eventually, over time, Candace was able to get off of her prescription medication, and she no longer suffers from the debilitating head tension that plagued her for so long. That's one of my favorite stories with Lifelong Vitality, because I know so many people suffer that same ailment. All right, so now let's look at a clinical trial that was based on blood work that was taken before and after a subject took Lifelong Vitality. They took doTERRA Lifelong Vitality supplements for 2 months, and they continued their normal diet and exercise. What they found was they had significant improvement with blood lipids, their fasting insulin, their cardiovascular biomarkers like their CBC, blood lipids, blood sugar, things of that sort. There was a reduction in their triglyceride levels in their blood, and there was a reduction in their cellular inflammation. Some more positive effects came through their chemical indicators of cardiovascular health, antioxidants, inflammation, and blood glucose regulation. They saw overall improvement with mental clarity, energy, motivation, control, balance, and happiness. Personally, I consider Lifelong Vitality as part of my food budget. It's less than a cup of coffee at your favorite coffee place. And if you purchase it, like Haley mentioned it, if you do it through our customer rewards program, not only do you get a money back guarantee if you're not satisfied in 30 days, but you can earn points that you can then you can use for free products down the road. Now, let's talk a little bit about healthy gut biome. This is all the buzz. If you guys have been paying any attention, we're hearing more and more about this. So if you want to focus on gut health specifically, Lifelong Vitality paired with PB Restore and TerraZyme is our highest recommendation. The gut plays a vital role in our overall health and well-being. Your gut is often called your second brain. It's vital in everything from our weight to our immune function to our mental wellness. And doTERRA's PB Restore probiome complex is our patented dual capsule delivery system. It is a unique formulation of 30 pre, pro, and postbiotics that help restore microbial diversity and balance for optimal microbiome health. With this unique dual encapsulation delivery system, it protects the sensitive probiotic cultures from stomach acid, delivering it safely and effectively to your gut. So basically what they've done is it's a dual capsule. And so what happens when we take anything is those stomach acids will break it down. But because they've done this dual encapsulated pill, when it hits that, the first part will deteriorate, but it allows the second part to get down deep where we need it. All right, so here's what it does for us. There's 18 billion colony forming units of probiotics or good bacteria, which consists of 24 active cultures, an unparalleled variety of carefully selected strains from 22 different species for exceptional microbial diversity. It helps maintain healthy intestinal microflora balance. It supports healthy digestive and immune system function. It supports GI tract health, especially intestines and colon. It supports optimal metabolism and food absorption. In simple terms, when you have a healthy microbiome with good bacteria, the bad bacteria has a harder time doing its dirty work. And TerraZyme is doTERRA's digestive enzyme. It includes a variety of whole food enzymes that help with digestion. It can be taken with every meal. It supports healthy digestion and metabolism. It supports conversion of food nutrients to cellular energy. It promotes gastrointestinal comfort and food tolerance. There's 10 active whole food enzymes in this product. All right, so now I'm going to turn it over to Jules, and she's going to take us on to the next topic, which is her favorite topic.
Thanks, Diane. And yes, it is my favorite topic. Anything foundation nutrition is my favorite topic. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Jules, and I have been in the natural wellness industry, holistic health, all of that for about 40 years now. I started in my 20s, went into massage, went into personal training, went into health coaching. So I've been around it for a really long time, and it is my jam. I love to talk about how we can feel better in our bodies and how we do that naturally. So let's warm up the chat feature just real quickly here before we jump into my favorite product. And I want you to take a look at that slide, and I want you all to jump into the chat and answer that very first question. What percentage do you think diabetes cases have increased in America since 1960? So just an FYI, that was the year I was born. So this year, that'll be 64 years later. What's the percentage that you think it's increased? 300, Sarah's got, okay. What else do we have? 48%, 100%, 350, 500. Okay, so here it is, folks. If you're not sitting down, you might want to sit down. It's increased in the last 64 years, 700%. That to me just blows my mind. So since we're on that roll, take a look at the second question. How long does it take the average American today to consume the same amount of sugar that our ancestors 200 years ago would consume in a year? So how long does it take us to do that compared to what our ancestors did in a full year? 7 days. Okay, what else do we have? 5 days. Okay, the answer is 2 weeks. It's 14 days. So instead of 365 days, we do that. The average American does that in 2 weeks. It used to take a whole year. Again, that should just blow everybody's mind. It sure does mine. Okay, so take a look at this slide, big blue numbers, and you got to wonder what that 6.8% means. And in short, what that means is there was a recent study done that showed that only 6.8% of us in the US have optimal cardiometabolic health. So that's what's happening on the inside. That's how our body is functioning on the inside. Only 6.8% of us were found to have optimal health. That means 93% of us don't have optimal cardiometabolic health. So what do we do about that? This is the Metapower metabolic system. And key word here is system. This is a system that is specifically designed to tackle poor cardiometabolic health. So to tackle that 6.8 and try and get that to be a bigger number. This is our macronutrient line, and it pairs beautifully with Lifelong Vitality, which Diane mentioned is the micronutrient line. So the two of them work synergistically together to help us feel better in our body. Metapower line does 3 things. It addresses cellular repair that leads to aging. It addresses blood sugar regulation, and it supports inhibiting of fat absorption into our cells. So it keeps those fat cells smaller. So let's talk about lifespan and health span. We can't do anything about our chronological age or the number of years we've been here. I was born in October of 1960, and this year in October of 2024, I'm going to be 64 years old. I can't change that. That is what it is. But we can turn back the clock on our metabolic age, or how our body is aging on the inside. And we need to think about that because statistically, we know that the average American will spend the last 14 years of our life living in a state of declining health and difficulty completing just simple everyday tasks. So what if we could change that? What if we really can turn back time at the cellular level? So Metapower system, for those of us who have been taking it for a while now, I want you to know that there have been some really amazing things reported. We've noticed improvements in eyesight. We've noticed improvements in pain, in neuropathy. We've noticed improvements in our sleep, our hair, our skin, our nails, all are growing and looking better. We've noticed improved mood, mobility, just how our bodies move, how our joints function, they just are feeling better. And it also has helped us to maintain lean muscle mass, because that's part of what this system does for us. And it helps us build muscle. So before we go into too many details with the Metapower, because like Diane said, it is my favorite product and I could talk about it all day long. Let's look at this slide right here that's on the screen. And I want to call your attention to the top left. And I want you to look at this young lady. In this picture, she's been using Metapower for 4 months. And she had pretty amazing results. And you can see it. It's visible. Specifically with her face, her eyes, her hair, she just looks brighter. She just looks healthier. And then if we look at the gentleman on the lower left side of our screen, we can see that he reports that he has improved skin elasticity. Again, we can see that looking at the picture of him there. And you can see that he has darker hair growth. I even have a customer that messaged me and said, I got my hair cut today and my stylist said, oh my gosh, your hair is coming in darker everywhere. So you can see that this guy experienced the same thing. He also got his blood work taken after being on Metapower, the whole system, for 3 weeks. He got his blood work taken and he had a 40-point decrease in his cholesterol numbers. He had a 25-point decrease in LDL, and he had a 57-point decrease in his triglycerides from his prior blood work. And that was just being on Metapower for 3 weeks. So then if we look at the right-hand side of the screen, and those of us who are aging, or those of us who have aging parents, know that we can see that on our parents' arms, our skin, they get these red spots. Well, this is a 58-year-old woman who had these red spots all over her arms. Anytime she bumped herself, she got one of those marks. She went to the doctor, they biopsied them, they checked her all out, and they just said, you're good. It just what happens when you're aging. That's just, you just got to live with it. So she started Metapower and she'd been taking it for 3 months when she had this second picture taken. And you can see the spots are totally gone. She said she's seen other changes as well. She's had a 60-pound weight loss. She says her hair is thicker, her nails are growing like crazy, and she's also lowered her A1C. So this is what the Metapower system can do. And this, if I had to pick a favorite product of this line, this is it. I love Metapower Advantage, and this is doTERRA's collagen product. So there's 9 different types of collagen in here. Most other collagens on the market you're going to find have 1 to 3 different types of collagen. There are 9 types of collagen in here, and over 70% of it is in a tripeptide form. So our body absorbs it about 12 times more than any of the other collagens that are on the market. And just to kind of simplify that or explain that, a peptide is basically a large protein chain. And so we get benefit from that, but they're a large protein chain, so we can't utilize all of it. Our body can only use so much of it, and then we just get rid of it. But when it's in a tripeptide form, which is exactly what it says, it's tri. So if let's just do a visual. If the protein chain is this long, they break it down into 4 little pieces. So it's tripeptide. No, that would be 3. Tripeptide form. And those smaller peptides make it easier for our body to absorb. So that's why we get 12 times more absorption with this tripeptide form of collagen. Our body just eats this up. Just eats it up. And so we get to metabolize those, utilize those in their entirety. So the Advantage comes in small little packets. You can see there's a box there, and then there's these little individual packets. It comes in those little packets. It's freeze dried. It's in a powder form. So you dump it into water, about 4 to 6 ounces of water. You blend it up and you down the hatch. And now we have 2 flavors of it. I just got mine today. I've got to try it tomorrow. I'd already taken my collagen this morning when I got it. So tomorrow morning, I'm going to go live in Good Vibes, and I'm going to do a taste test for you. So just watch for that. But we have 2 flavors. So we have the original, which is this lemon lime, and now we have a cherry pomegranate as well, or pomegranate cherry. So I'll be doing that live tomorrow morning. All right, so Metapower Advantage, what does it do for us? It promotes healthy biological aging and improves our health span by helping those aging cells. It activates our longevity genes. It improves cognitive function. Our brain just works better. And it supports lean muscle and connective tissue. Like I mentioned, it just really helps our body maintain that lean muscle mass and build it. It also improves our skin density, the elasticity, the firmness of our skin, helps our hair grow. There are so many things that collagen does for us. And we have a really deep dive class on lifelong vitality and on the Metapower line that if you want to see that, just reach out to whoever invited you to this workshop, because they can send you a link to those deep dive classes. We literally deep dive on each piece of this system so you can learn everything that you need to know about it. Okay, so we're going to change direction. Well, wait, first I'm going to share my testimonial. I want to share this, and I'm going to ask, I'm just going to throw it out there and see if anybody has a testimonial that they want to share about Advantage, but I'll share mine first. I deal with an autoimmune disease. Diagnosed with it in 1998. And I have, from the get-go, I had to have some meds initially, but as soon as I got through the initial bit of meds, I knew that I wanted to try and deal with this autoimmune disease naturally, because I didn't want to have side effects that came with the meds. So I've been biohacking really seriously since 1998. But this Advantage collagen, when it came out, I'd been taking collagen for probably about 9 years, 10 years at that point. So this was introduced in September of 2022. The day that I got my hands on it, I opened it and I started taking it. And I took 2 a day for about 8 months. And then I backed off to where now I only take 1 a day. But what that autoimmune disease that I deal with does for me is it causes a lot of inflammation in my body, in my joints. Besides the fact that I've lived a really active lifestyle and I've asked a lot of my body throughout the years as an aging athlete as well, I feel stuff that most people probably wouldn't feel just because of what goes on with this inflammatory process in my body. This collagen has made an exponential difference for me. I can now get down on the floor, play with my grandkids, get back up. And I was to the point, and again, I want to just say, I've been an athlete my whole life. Anything physical was always super easy for me, always. And all of a sudden, that inflammation was getting so out of control that I couldn't do things that were just simple little everyday tasks. This stuff made all the difference in the world for me. I've not missed a day of it since September 15th, 2022. So I love this product. Love, love, love it. Okay, so does anybody else? I know we don't have anybody necessarily lined up. I know that Julie has a couple testimonials that she could share, but I would like to hear if somebody else has a testimonial, I'd love to hear it. So do you have something that you want to add, anybody?
Hey, Jules and
Yes.
everybody here.
Yes,
I don't
this is
know
Bobby.
why I can't show my picture. Yeah, I can't show my picture for some reason. Don't know why. I'm managing the wheel and I keep going on and off and my picture's not there. So anyway, just want to share my sister's testimony because she's not here. She lives in Sioux Falls. And she has lost about 8.5 inches off of her waist using the Metapower products. She shared a picture, don't know how to share it here anyway. She's having fabulous results, moving her body a little bit more, eating more lettuce, and taking the Metapower system. And so she looks fabulous. And I just wanted to share that with all of you, just because she's not here.
I love it. Thanks, Bobby. And again, there are people that have experienced weight loss with Metapower, but it's not a weight loss product. This is about helping our body from the inside out in a multitude of ways. But some people have experienced weight loss, but a lot of people have experienced like inch loss, and that's because of inflammation in the body. So, inflammation exiting the body, I should say. And that would be for me. I mean, I took measurements initially and my measurements went way down as that inflammation started to leave my body. So thanks, Bobby, for sharing that. I love that. And we're going to move on because I could go on and on about this product. So we're going to move on, and I'm going to turn this over to Ani because we're going to change direction now. And we're going to start talking about doTERRA's essential oils. And doTERRA is the #1 essential oil company in the world. And that's basically what we're known for. But we're going to look at why we lead the world in this area. So I'm going to introduce my friend Ani, who's going to tell us all about the oils. Thanks, Ani.
Thank you, Jules. I'm so excited to be here and part of this workshop today. So my name is Ani Sinkagrani, and I live in Whittier, California. I was introduced to the oils about 2015, and I fell in love with the Family Essentials kit and Serenity, and I would just put it on and, just loved it and started sharing with family, friends, and my community. So, it was just wonderful. And here, 8 years later, I'm still doing it. I'm still sharing it, and I love it. So let's look at the oils and the research done. Research was done by Roseman University of Health Sciences. In this independent study, doTERRA oils were found to be therapeutically relevant in cell growth and rejuvenation, and they were beneficial to metabolic health and healthy inflammatory responses. Essential oils from different competitors had minimal effects. They concluded that the therapeutic potential of essential oils is highly dependent on the complete composition of the oil. Sourcing, processing, and characterization are critical. You'll find 2 articles about Roseman University and the work they have done on essential oils in the resource file of your wellness advocate can share with you. Put a yes in the chat if you like the resource, or reach out to the person that invited you here. Now let's look at, why is doTERRA different? When an oil is truly pure, they do not include any fillers. There are no synthetic ingredients. There's no dilution. Independent lab tests show that the majority of brands available to consumers are not pure. I can post the link to that study at the end of this class. doTERRA sources all of their oils from plants grown in their ideal environments. This makes all the difference for the chemical profile and the therapeutic effectiveness of the oil. Every batch of doTERRA oil is tested for ideal chemistry and consistency, so that our oils do what we expect them to do. Over 54 tests are done on each batch of doTERRA oils, from the farmer to the consumer. Our doTERRA oils can be used topically, aromatically, and internally. People turn to doTERRA because they want safe, affordable, and effective solutions for their family's health. Let's take a look at what that means exactly. Let's look at safety. Many look for safe and effective solutions that don't have dangerous side effects or risk of addiction. We just mentioned lab tests show that 80 to 90% of the oils on the market have contaminants and synthetic markers. We suggest never ingesting another brand. doTERRA recognized that the essential oil industry did not have a standard for purity and ensured safety. So they created a new standard, CPTG, which means Certified Pure Tested Grade, to raise the bar throughout the essential oil industry. The standard is beyond organic and includes significant testing that is not cheap. doTERRA will invest to ensure you have the most effective, safest products, because that is best for you. Many doTERRA oils are safe to ingest. It can be ingested. It will have a food grade label on the bottom. Usually, like the picture above, it'll say supplemental facts on the bottle. Let's take a look at the picture on to the right. And these 2 sisters, the girl with the burn on the chest, these 2 sisters were spending the night at their grandma's house. They were used to putting doTERRA lavender oil on their chest before bedtime. Grandma was out of doTERRA lavender, so she used a backup lavender from another company in that she had in her medicine cabinet, and she had bought from a health food store, and figured, hey, it's just lavender, so it should work. The girls ended up, as you could see, with chemical burns with scars almost a year later. I'm not saying that this reaction will happen with other essential oils. However, it is important that you understand the risks. When we do this trainings, it's all about doTERRA. The doTERRA oils are safe to use at any age, from newborn babies to great grandma. Brand matters for safety. This is why I love doTERRA. Now let's look at, I'm not seeing the chat, so I apologize if there's any questions or not, but let's look at the affordability and the effectiveness. Believe it or not, affordability is one of the main reasons people turn to doTERRA. Oils are 50 to 70% more potent than herbs. This means a little goes a long way. So let's illustrate. Using the chat feature, I want you to make a guess. A recent test of Costco peppermint oil showed that it was not 100% oil, peppermint oil. How much peppermint is in the Costco peppermint oil bottle? Let's look at make some guesses, put in the chats. I see about 35, 7 to 10 drops, 5%. Okay. So the answer is just 10% of the Costco peppermint is real pure. Can you believe that? So when you use a doTERRA CPTG oil, you get 100% of the oil, making it much cheaper than any other option that may be diluted. Some fun facts about affordability. Our little brown bottles have 250 drops of oil in them. One dose is equivalent to 1 to 2 drops. On average, about $1 or less for treatment. Here's an oil tip for you. If you, when you are treating any kind of infection or disease or ailment, it's always better to use less, more frequently throughout the day. Using 8 drops of an oil on a wound at one time will not be more effective than using 1 drop of oil on a wound for every 2 to 3 hours throughout the day. Use less, more frequently. I always tell my friends, less is more. Now let's take a look at effectiveness. This is one of my favorite microbiology lessons. For our scientists in this workshop, we do know that this is a very simplified lesson. So here we go. Our body is made up of cells. Each cell is surrounded by an oily membrane intended to protect it. It keeps the good in and the bad out. So when we have a bacterial infection, take a look at the green blob. You can get an antibiotic to help you because the bacteria grows on the outside of the cell. And essential oils, viruses are different and proliferate on the inside of the cell. So they go all the way into the cell and help stop essential oils, unlike most modern medicine, can penetrate the cell membrane and help stop the duplication of the virus and support our immune system to heal much faster. When you have an essential oil on hand, you can begin to support the healing of your body immediately instead of paying a copay and waiting to see a doctor. Thank you. I believe we have Brenda next. I want to invite Brenda.
Hello. My name's Brenda Geating. I'm from Carthage. And we're going to talk about immune support. There are many oils that support our immune system. Here are but a few. I have this lovely keychain that I love, and I carry it with me in my purse, and I have it with me wherever I go. It's missing an oil because my granddaughter also loves to play with this, but I'm just going to kind of tell you about one of my favorites in this, and it's On Guard. Here it is. I love this bottle of On Guard. It's called the Protector. It's a natural immune defense, and everyone should have it. It stops the growth of viruses and bacteria. Diffused, it cleans the air of airborne pathogens. It soothes sore throats and can help knock out that sore throat. The key is to use it frequently and right away. So worth it. It's so worth it to avoid getting sick for a week. And I just absolutely love, I call it Christmas in a bottle because it just smells so wonderful. But I love to diffuse this, and it really does help keep me from getting sick. And if I do get sick, it doesn't last very long. So it's great for that. So that's why I love that. So on to medicine cabinet basics. So imagine a medicine cabinet filled with safe and effective oils without additives, properties, or side effects that you will have ready at a moment's notice to address life's little emergencies. Here are but a few medicine cabinet basics. My favorite is peppermint, and we've kind of talked a little bit about peppermint, but some of the things about peppermint, it's cooling and energizing. It increases your energy in the afternoon when you need to wake up and focus. It oxidates your cells. Great to diffuse when studying or working where you need to be alert. Use this when your sinuses are stuffed up and you need to have open airways. Wonderful relief for tension headaches. It can knock it out before it really sets in. When you eat something spicy or too late at night, peppermint can help with acid reflux. When overheating on a summer day, or if your kids have a fever, you'll be glad to have this oil because it really cools you down. It can cool your body 1 degree and is also great for hot flashes, which it really did help during that time. So let's go to the chat feature really quick. And I want you to take a guess. How many cups of peppermint tea would be equal to 1 drop of doTERRA peppermint oil? So what do you guys think? I see 12, 4. Any other guesses? 28, 6. Okay, well, the answer is 1 drop is equivalent to 28 cups of peppermint tea. These oils are potent. That's why a little bit goes a long way, that like we've talked about. Just all you need is a little bit. So anyway, so on to pain and inflammation. Those we learned at the beginning of this workshop the impact, how inflammation is a cause of a disease. doTERRA has safe, effective, and non-additive tools. The oils and products on the screen are some favorites to address pain and inflammation. So Deep Blue is a must-have for muscle and joint health. Not only does it relieve pain and tension, the amazing oil in it supports muscle and joint bone health. It alleviates back pain. When you have a nasty bruise forming, you can grab the Deep Blue and rub it on, and it just stops it in its tracks. The Deep Blue stick has copaiba in it, and it is easy to apply without getting it on your hands. And the copaiba, another oil used for pain and inflammation, is a super anti-inflammatory. It is layered with other oils. It increases the effectiveness. When you really need a boost of pain relief, this is what you're going to use with your deep blue. If you suffer from any emotional strain, such as anxiety, depression, this oil can calm and soothe. It supports major body systems, heart, nerves, respiratory, immune, and skin. And it can be really helpful for ADD or ADHD. And it is a CBD replacement, which is pretty awesome. So, on to mood and emotional support. Let's wrap up our oil section with oils to support your mood and emotional support oils. For those of you who indicated at the beginning that you or someone in your family deals with heightened emotions or really low lows, these are great options to consider. My favorite oil is that I use is Balance. It smells like a forest. It's wonderful to diffuse. It's very grounding emotionally and very helpful with grief and sadness. I love, like I said, I love diffusing it. When I feel a little off, I diffuse it. I put a little in the palm of my hand, rub it together, and take really deep breaths, and it just really helps get myself back into balance. So that is a really good oil that I love. So let's see. We have then I think that is it for me anyway.
If you guys want a testimony on Balance, Julie and I both use Balance on a daily basis, mixing it in with your unscented hand lotion, and it just starts your day off fabulously.
Awesome. Thanks, Brenda. You did a wonderful job. Good job.
Thank you.
All right, guys. It's Sarah again. I know you guys are ready for this one, but so I was that mom, you guys. We had tried everything for our son's colic. So if you guys have experienced colic, it's really, really not fun. Your baby screams. They have a really bad bellyache all the time. They can't tell you guys what's going on. He's actually used doTERRA longer than me. He was 7.5 months old, and we were given a sample of digestin, and she told me to put it on his foot and on his belly clockwise, because that's the way that our colon moves, is clockwise. And that was the first night he slept, and we couldn't believe the results. Not only are they safe, but effective for the entire family. So let's fast forward where I experienced a life-threatening disease. I am living proof you can take these oils for anything. I started taking frankincense internally every single day, multiple times a day, and I have been told numerous times I am a living miracle. And that's where we dove into the business. So I actually never imagined myself actually building a doTERRA business that makes such an impact for good. I have been able to make a difference and change people's lives in a significant way: health, emotions, and financially. Time flexibility. I get to work when it's convenient for me and my family. I have 2 active little boys. We have sheep and goat business. My husband works full time. Making new friends from around the globe, people I likely would never have met. So there's a lot of women on here I would have never met, California especially, right? So doTERRA has truly changed my life. If any of this has sparked something in you, I want you to talk to your wellness advocate, whoever invited you tonight, and they will get you the details to our financial wellness workshop call. That's actually on this Wednesday at 6:30 p.m., same place. All right. So I believe I'm now handing this to No, I don't know what's going on. I'm not handing this to Bobby yet. Sorry, it's completely froze.
Sarah, just tell them all about how they can get that little.
Well, like I
oil.
froze. Sorry, I couldn't see myself.
Okay. All right.
I couldn't see the screen. I didn't know where we were. Okay. All right, guys. So this keychain. This is actually, she already showed you, Brenda showed you her little keychain. It's actually really beneficial. I have 3 of them. We have one in each of one of our vehicles. A keychain like this one has been the most valuable items to have on the go. So do you want to get this for free? We host a workshop every week that you can attend any time. However, if you've thought of your own friends or family who might enjoy a workshop geared specifically to them, you can get this as a gift when you host. When you schedule your next wellness workshop, you will receive this very keychain, and this is the only way to get one for free. You can invite your friends that live outside your community or even in a different country. I have a couple people in Canada that have been partaking in this. It's been super fun. The ideal workshop size is 5 people, and that's completely doable, right? So you will get 5 oils for hosting. For every guest you have there up to 5, so for my the people that come, our team members, I will add a free oil to that keychain as a gift. So I want you again to talk to your wellness advocate or whoever invited you tonight about that option if you're interested. All right, so it's giveaway time, but before we do this, there are just two quick things we want you to know. So we're posting a link to a very quick Google form. So by completing this short survey, it helps your wellness advocate to best serve you, helping you target your health needs naturally. So please take a couple minutes to fill that post out. You can scan that QR code. I know some of us are on our phones, so if you need that, she also put it in the chat for you guys to click on. I need that music. I'm going to have music next time. I'm going to have the Jeopardy music. I promise you guys. So while you're taking the survey, I want you to know that you are not alone on this journey. When you get started with doTERRA, you will be invited to our private Facebook wellness community. It's filled with our team of wellness advocates sharing their knowledge and experience. It is a space to be encouraged as you begin this journey and to ask questions like, what do I do with my daughter in Serenity? You'll find it easy to search for your health need. Our community is truly a blessing. The link to our community will be shared with you by your wellness advocate or whoever invited you. So, did we give you guys enough time to get that survey done? I hope so. Thumbs up, done. I want you guys to put done in the chat for me. Click on that link, use the QR code, put done. All right, we got one. We got one. I'm going to not move on until I get a couple more dones. I should have been a teacher. Okay, so looks like we got a lot of dones. So let's get going on our giveaway. Who is excited? Whoop, whoop. All right, Bobby, take it away.
Okay, it's me, and so sorry I can't share my face again. I don't know what the deal is. So I just shuffled my wheel, and we've got numerous names on here. And so here we go. We are going to click the spin, and the winner is Tanya Fostick, invited by Brenda Geeting, I believe. So congratulations, Tanya. Watch for your email, which will include some great ebooks for you to learn more about doTERRA essential oils. And thank you, Brenda, for inviting Tanya.
Yay, Tanya. Thank you, Bobby. You're wonderful. All right, so we're super excited. Like she said, those ebook resources from your wellness advocate, so like Metapower and Lifelong Vitality, it's going to be filled with encouragement and information about these powerful products. And these are our gift to you, and they're super accessible. So we hope this workshop has you thinking of the possible ways these natural solutions can support your health and wellness. And we're super, super grateful you guys have joined us. Again, I want to talk about this is Monday, same place, same time. Tuesdays, same place, same time. And Wednesday, same place, same time. All right, guys, thank you so much. And we're going to end this recording.